this WEN cleansing conditioner has won every single year for the best shampoo. All of the classic scents are available. It's 32 ounces, and rather than paying $58 on ChazDean.com for the same thing, you bring it home for $49.50 and can pay for it over 3 months. So you can check out Beauty IQ for all of the scents that are available. But Gina, I defer to you on this one. It's so funny that we named this like the best shampoo because this could not be the furthest thing from shampoo.
It's so true, but there's no cleansing conditioner category. So we even beat the the shampoos in the category, and we've won that since 2009 to 2016. So we thank you for that. But that's right. It's nothing like a shampoo. Shampoos contain lather, and in the lather there's harsh chemicals, detergents, sulfates, sodium lauryl sulfates. What that does to your hair is that it strips your hair, makes it finer, thinner, and weaker, takes the color out of your hair. With WEN, it's non-lathering. It's filled with essential oils, extracts, botanicals, and herbs. So it's a really great experience from the first time you use it. And you'll notice that in the shower, you can run your fingers through your hair. When I was using shampoo, I couldn't do that until I put conditioner on it, and then all that conditioner did was weigh it down. Then I had to use another product to fix that, and it just became a vicious cycle. So you're right, Courtney, this is nothing like shampoo. However, in order to cleanse your hair, it's the same 2 steps as you've been shampooing and conditioning your whole life, but with just 1 bottle of WEN. So it does make it easy. Cleanse, rinse, and repeat. That is the premise behind WEN. And it's going to be a really great way to cleanse your hair, again, with those great essential oils, extracts, botanicals, and herbs.
And that's something that really put Chaz on the map because he's kind of this, I mean, he's been a salon owner forever in Hollywood. He has tons of celebrity clientele, but he has been one of the best colorists in the business. And he had to figure out a way. I mean, you think about it. You pay so much money to have your hair highlighted, low-lighted, colored even. And if you're shampooing and conditioning your hair, it's like, okay, day by day, my hair is depreciating in value and you're literally throwing your money away. So when you think about cleansing conditioner, if you've got processed hair, if you've got color-treated hair, this is really the opportunity to discover something new that maybe at the end of the day helps you go to the salon a little bit less. Don't you think, Gina?
Absolutely, and that's what we always say. You know, the great thing with WEN is that it's going to preserve your color and keep it intact. So when you do have to go to the salon, you're now only going to get your roots touched up. You're not having to go to get a full process color again because your color doesn't fade. That's the great thing with WEN. It preserves your color stays put, you're no longer washing it down the drain. And it's funny, I remember years ago when like the real chunky red highlights were in.
Yes.
At the time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait as long as possible so my color doesn't fade. So I remember at that time, I think I went 4 days and I was like, oh, maybe the next time I shampoo, you know, maybe I'll be able to keep the color. No,
Gina, I'm so glad you
my
said this.
red
I'm having
highlights,
a total walk down memory lane right now.
My red highlights turned copper and I did not want copper. So then I was like, Mom, I know you just did them 4 days ago, but can you do them again? And she's like, no, you can't keep coloring your hair that much. So again, it became such a vicious cycle. I wanted red highlights and I wound up with copper. And then I was thinking, why couldn't I have had WEN back then when I wanted fire engine red hair and I couldn't keep it? Now you can. And that's what's so great about it. And that's why Chaz created it. Excuse me. He was so sick and tired of seeing the beautiful color he would apply to his client's hair wash down the drain. So he created WEN to enhance their hair, nourish it. And it's all easy to do when you cleanse, rinse, and repeat. Because the first cleanse, that's taking out the dirt, the grime, the oil, and the product in your hair. Then the second cleanse, which you're gonna leave on for the duration of your shower, that's reinforcing your color. It's nourishing your hair. It's infusing it with all the great essential oils, extracts, and botanicals. So you're getting more moisture, more hydration. You're not stripping anything away. It's really a great concept. So cleanse, rinse, and repeat. If your hair is short, you're gonna do however many pumps you think a golf ball is. So you're gonna do 1 golf ball for your first cleanse, 1 golf ball for your second. If your hair's medium length, 2 golf balls. Long like mine, 3 golf balls. Excuse me. So sorry about that. I hate when that happens on TV.
Hey,
and then
you're doing great.
And then you're gonna cleanse, rinse, and repeat. And then you're also, once you're done cleansing your second cleanse out, or rinsing your second cleanse out, excuse me, you're gonna do 1 pump of that back in as a leave-in, or a half a pump, just to lock and seal in the moisture. So don't forget to do that.
You know, it's really kind of this 3-step process in a way, and I will tell you, as somebody, like, I mean, I always say I made my living growing up 25 cents a wash in my mom's hair salon using shampoo and conditioner. And just the texture play of it after your first cleanse is incredible because you just feel this sense of almost like the most natural, healthy hair, but it's wet and it's saturated. And then you go back for that second step, and it even more so, it's almost like like the thickening of fibrous strands. It's like you put all of this goodness in there, and you start to feel your hair come back to life, which is an interesting sensation given that it's wet. But then when you go to style it, my big takeaway is coming from shampoo and conditioner is when you would shampoo and conditioner, I felt like I had to add product into my hair to be able to retain style. But since I've started using WEN, I noticed that my hair is so easily styled that I don't need half the products or hardly any of the beauty tools that I used to because of just changing out the one step.
Yeah, and that's so true. You know, now I no longer have to use a curling iron or a flat iron or, you know, do all of these additional steps. I always say, thank goodness for WEN because it saves me so much time. I'm in and out in a half an hour. From dripping, soaking wet hair to dry, it takes me a half an hour. Years ago, I mean, I had to blow dry it, and then I would have to use a curling iron, and then I would use a flat iron to kind of tame that. It was just such a mess. So, and I can actually show you my before shot so you can see what I was dealing with years ago, pre-WEN. So that was shampoo, harsh chemicals my whole life. And the thing is that I was getting keratin treatments at that time because I thought I had to. I said, I have so much frizz, it's the only way to cure the frizz. Well, you're not born with frizz. That's a result of what you're doing to your hair. So if your hair looks like that, if you have major split ends, you can say goodbye to them.
Look at how your hair's angled too. Like your hair's not cut like that, it's breaking
That's
that
right.
way.
Those ends were so fried and so damaged that I really didn't want to cut my hair, but you know, it's like when they're that split, what do you do? And it was funny, Elise said to me, did you have to cut your hair and then use WEN? And I said, no, I literally, right around that time was when I started with WEN. And from the moment I cleansed, I was like, oh, it just instantly in the shower gave me such an immense treatment. And I just felt my hair getting better and better from the first time. And as I continued, it got better and better. And now, I'm in and out. Takes me, you know, half an hour to do my hair.
Well, Gina, I want to go back to like the first time that you used WEN, especially with like split ends, because we all know what that's like. Did you feel like an immediate difference once you went to dry your hair for the first time?
Yes, because I couldn't believe first off how quick it took me to dry my hair, and not even that. I was able to run my fingers through my hair, and it wasn't greasy or heavy from traditional conditioner. It had so much more volume. Even being wet, it had more volume. I felt like the actual wet hair was more plumped up. So I did notice such a difference instantly. And then now as I, you know, do my hair, and as I've been using WEN for the last 4 years, it just gets better and better. And you know, you don't realize, you know, you're 4 years in, you just think you've always had this great hair. But when I look back, you know, it's like that's when you really say, I wish I would have had WEN back then. But I was showing you my my pin curls.
Yeah.
Now it just
How do we get hair like Gina?
Oh yes, well, thank you. But it's so easy, and I love this now. I mean, literally, before I go to bed at night, I set my hair in pin curls, and it's so easy.
Every night, like you'll even like sans drying. Like second and third day you set?
Second, third, fourth, fifth day, yes, absolutely. Okay. Or I can always set my hair in a top knot too. It just depends if I'm like really tired and I don't have time. But mostly all the time, this is what I do. And it's just, you use 2 fingers and you literally just twirl your hair around your fingers. Also, make sure you're getting the ends in. That's like a really important tip, just because I find when my ends aren't under, you sort of have an odd kink at the end.
Okay.
So just make sure that you're putting your ends under. And I use bobby pins. I use extra long bobby pins too. So feel free to use them. I just find that they're the most.
And how long does this take you?
Probably 30 seconds from start to finish.
Okay.
Which is so nice.
Well, and are you setting it with like a texturizing spray or like the replenishing mist
so
coming up?
I do a mix. It just depends. Some days I use the replenishing treatment mist. Sometimes I use a little texture, and sometimes I use volumizing treatment spray. So you really can use any of those. I spray them on my hair to give it a little moisture and then to set it in, because they're all going to do that for you. So this is what I do. I set my head in my pin curls. Now I would set my whole head obviously and go to sleep, but I'm just showing you 2 right now. And see how from the side, Courtney, it kind of makes like a roller, how a roller would be. So you're actually just rolling your hair. So you're really saving the integrity of your hair. You're not applying excessive amounts of heat, and it's super easy and it's not uncomfortable to sleep in. I mean, they literally just kind of fall into the pillow.
Can you imagine sleeping in rollers after now putting your hair in curls with bobby pins?
I know.
Now, let me ask you this as an old like hairstylist trick. In the morning, are you putting like a low heat from a hair dryer on there to again reset it, or is this all just like room temperature hair that's been pin curled?
I mean, honestly, I literally drop my pin curls, and sometimes I'll use like a paddle brush and maybe just sort of brush it through, because I find too, the more I brush my hair, the more volume I get, which is really great too, because now I already have the foundation. Those pin curls locked in the style, so that's what's giving me these waves. So you can totally do that. Sometimes I don't have time. I just kind of run my fingers through my hair and I'm done. So
you're looking at Gina thinking she has the best hair ever. The best hair ever can be bottled in a jar from WEN, 32 ounces. And if you went to chasdean.com, you'd be looking at paying $58. We have it for less than $50. You can pay for it over 3 months. And of course, there's a 1-800 number on the back. So if you're not sure how much to use, how often to use it, you can absolutely feel free to call them there to ask them. And again, the item number is right here at the corner, beautyiq.com. That's how you will place your order. But we're going to see and hear from Ellen, who actually has some really great tips on a little top knot action. Ellen, hello.
Hi. Yeah, so I have been using WEN for 12 years. I was 18 years old when I started, and I can't even remember what my hair used to be like until, like Gina said, you look at a picture. And one of the things I love so much about it is how easy it is and how often I don't have to cleanse my hair. So I usually cleanse my hair twice a week, generally on Wednesdays and Sundays. And what I do in between cleanses is I put my hair in a top knot. So what I'll do is I'll just take it into a high ponytail and kind of, you know.
And you must use a scrunchie, right? Because that
I do. I
helps
use
the kinks.
the nice scrunchie.
I love
and
a scrunchie.
I will twist it. And as I'm twisting it, I kind of let it roll itself around. And then I will make sure that when I turn to the side, you can see it's not right where I would be laying. So then I'll go to sleep like this. I actually spend most of my day like this because I have 2 little kids. I'm always running around. But then if I have to run an errand, or if my husband and I have dinner plans and he thinks he has to wait for me to get ready, all I have to do is go like this.
I love how you go from mom bun to America's Next Top Model hair.
So true. And then I'll take the paddle brush and just go through the root because it gives me a little bit more fullness. And then I am ready to go. And it's so easy. And that's really what helps me maintain my hair. And what I'll also do is before I put it up in the high knot, I'll spray the replenishing mist because that really helps it last a little bit longer.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you think, okay, like I don't have kids, but I have mom jeans and mom buns. And I'm like, okay, well, I love that just in a matter of moment, you can totally revive your hair, because with the whole idea of cleanse, rinsing, and repeating, you're setting your hair up for long lasting results. And we're actually gonna hear from Amy with how you use the cleansing conditioner.
Yes, well, I too have been a WEN girl for 12 years. Me and Ellen were one of Chaz's original 3 angels, we like to say. And we've been blessed ever since with this beautiful, healthy, shiny hair. And it all starts with the cleansing conditioner. Now, I'm traveling tomorrow. I'm going out of the country, and I love that I can bring one product. I can bring 1 bottle of WEN, whereas I used to have to bring a bottle of shampoo, a bottle of conditioner, body wash, shaving cream, and like a detangling spray. So now this is all I need, and I have more room in my suitcase for shoes and clothes because I overpack always. But yeah, so I use, as Gina said, actually lavender is my favorite. That's what I was just gonna say. So I use 1 golf ball for my first cleanse and 1 golf ball for my second cleanse. And then after I get out of the shower, my hair is still soaking wet. I'm actually still standing in the shower, but the shower's off. I put about a half a pump from this size bottle back in as a leave-in conditioner. And then you just apply that to soaking wet hair, mostly to your ends, twist it in, and then I rake through the excess into the top.
And then when you guys are talking about golf balls, just in case you've never used WEN before, is that 1 pump, or is it pump until you get to the size of a golf ball?
So it all depends, because 32 ounces disperse more than 16 ounces or than gallons.
Right.
So it's kind of hard for me to give you an exact number of pumps, but I would say you're definitely going to use more of this than you would shampoo.
Okay.
So I would say definitely make sure you have a pretty decent sized golf ball in your palm. And for me, I do 3 of them. So I do 1 golf ball, 2 golf ball, 3,
Yeah.
and then really work it through. And then you really want to massage vigorously into your scalp too, and add that extra splash of water. I always kind of lean back in the shower to get it really frothy and creamy, so you really want it to work through your hair. I also use the amazing WEN comb, and I really work it through each hair strand while I'm cleansing, so that's a really great tip as well if you have the comb.
And so Gina, for your hair, so in the 32 ounce, that's what, like 9 to 10 pumps, would you say?
I would say, but I would say just the easiest way would be if you think of 3 golf balls, because that's honestly what I do. I feel like
Okay.
I just go golf ball, golf ball, golf ball, and